What's happening? I'm Harris for the gig guide. Who am I here with?
Marty.
Stuart.
Stephen.
Andrew.
What band he's in?
Point Pleasant.
Quality. You just played a wee set the bungalow. How do you think it went? Alright?
I think it was fucking wicked. Aye. I'm allowed to swear.
Aye.
Yeah, I think it went very well. Aye, very well.
I was surprisingly good. I really enjoyed it.
Sorry, who's in there?
How did you think it went?
Fucking was good. I really enjoyed that. Aye, there we go. That's it.
Aye, that's a cracking wee venue.
Aye. No, I really enjoyed it.
Chuffed to come back and do it again.
Yeah.
Just very warm.
Yeah.
Very warm.
Oh,
the stage.
very warm.
All those lights.
Well, let's get to the internet and Point Pleasant. Talk for the start. Talk to me. How did it come about? What's happening?
Right, so Point Pleasant came about because, as you can probably tell, I'm not from round here. I moved up here 5 years tomorrow. Boys, believe it, 5 years tomorrow.
Happy
So
anniversary.
thank you very much. Thank you. We'll do something nice for I'm sure. So I met my missus on Facebook because I was in a band previously, and I slid into her DMs and done what any red-blooded, right-minded male would done and harassed her. That ended up leading to a beautiful romance, which in turn led to me moving to Barhead.
Sorry to hear that.
Wait, I know it's a real romantic tale. So my actual missus, 'cause I got married last month, is Andrew's auntie. So she is Andrew's wife's auntie, and so therefore I'm Andrew's uncle. And I know. And then so I was in a band previously in Newcastle. When I moved up here, that sort of fizzled out. And Andrew was desperate to get out of the bedtime routine on a Wednesday, bathing his children, and wanted an excuse to get out on a Wednesday. So he asked us if I'd like to go to the practice room with him and do a few songs. And we did. We practiced a load of songs that I wrote, and over the course of the time, the rest of these handsome bastards who you see with you joined. And then that's Point Pleasant. Here we are. The rest is history.
Anything else getting in the ad there? I think you summed that up quite well.
Pretty much. I mean, so from there it was me and him, Simon and Garfunkel in the studio for a bit, and then we thought we need some more, and
Some good
thought
looks.
we'll get a bassist in, and then
He's in the shitter, so
he's fucking he's away taking a shit or something. I don't know. And we needed drums, we needed bass. We decided we weren't going to be an acoustic duo, so we thought we'll turn this into a band, and lo and behold, we brought the boys in, and here we are. Yeah.
Well, quality, and then obviously, first of all, your debut single, I Recall, he's been out for a wee while now. I obviously had a review on it. I quite enjoyed it.
Quite.
Aye.
you can do better than that.
I think it was fucking class. I really enjoyed it.
Speak from the heart, come on.
Was it good? Wrote it, aye?
Yeah.
Right. So first of all, how did it come about?
So I Recall was probably written about 7 or 8 years ago, and it was the acknowledgement, in fact it was longer than 7 or 8, it was probably about 9 or 10 years ago, so it was the acknowledgement that the relationship that I was in had kind of came to an end. But it was the sort of like looking back over the landscape of the relationship and like remembering that at one point in time we were two people who really loved one another and really cared about each other. So it's like acknowledging the previous people who we've been in our lives, because we all change. Nobody stays the same, and relationships don't stay the same. So it's kind of acknowledging life and relationships and giving a little nod to the people who we used to be and the people we used to love.
Aye. Quality. I'm about to take my back after that now. I know, fucking hell. Take that glass eye. So, and then obviously, what's the reception been like to the track? You know what I mean?
It's been very, very well received. Like I say this on the Instagram post and the Facebook post. We've came from absolutely nowhere at all. It started off a bunch of lads on a Wednesday night having a kick about, getting out from underneath their missus's feet, and that's literally how it started. And then we got the opportunity to do a gig. We thought we'll record a few songs, and we've put it out. And I think in the space of 6 or 7 weeks, we've got like 1,300 streams. We've got no label, we've got no support. It's essentially just Andrew pestering people, bless him, on Instagram and Facebook, pushing the song. And of course, the song speaks for itself because it's a fucking good song. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, that's that.
Last year, but like, so then obviously, kind of like post-COVID, like opportunities in the music industry are quite limited, especially when the industry seems to favour people of a certain age, people who speak a certain way and stuff like that. How have you found like getting chances for yourselves when these are almost a bit like
It's all
And
right, I'm
then-
old. You can say I'm 43.
in
it's
the
all right.
in the nicest way possible. You know what I mean? He's don't seem new in the scene. That you know what I mean?
No, I get what you're saying, aye. So I mean, we're all Marty's a grandpa here. See, when we try and arrange our practices past 10 o'clock, he's
No chance.
No, I've got my slippers on, but no, yeah, I get what you're saying. Like, it is definitely. You look at the people that are playing the big gigs and all that, and they're youngsters. They're all youngsters, and do you know what? Fair fucks to them because they're doing great, and all the music that's coming out just now is superb, and it's great to see. Well, we all have we all have our opinions, Stuart.
From
But
Point Pleasant
you
it
know
is.
what? It's good to see that music, in terms of indie rock and whatever, and do you know what? Anything that's coming out, it's good to see people sticking to it and pushing music. And it is, we live in a world where TikTok is the king. And I honestly, I fucking refuse to go on there because I can't do it. I feel I'm too old for it.
Back to the kind of 2000 mid indies,
We're
mid
of
noughties,
the,
you know.
We're of like Arctic
It's-
Monkeys blowing up on MySpace era.
It's the
aren't
music
we?
we grew up listening to.
Aye.
We'll try to play and try to bring it back because, like you say, I would say music these days is terrible. Like the charts is awful. Right? Let's be honest.
Don't know. I agree.
No, listen, it's successful. They make money. That's great. But musically, it's all overproduced, and we're kind of trying to be a bit more raw and like just back.
What we want,
Aye,
as
yeah.
opposed to what
Aye, it's the sort of music that inspired us to pick up instruments from the first place, to pick up a guitar, to start writing songs, or pick up the drums and, have a go. We're just trying to be real. Do you know what I mean? As I think Andrew said, we're not trying to reinvent the wheel, we're just making sure that it keeps spinning round.
Absolutely. It's,
lovely
it's
way
a
of putting
case
it.
of,
Yeah. Andrew, not me.
like you say, to try and fucking go viral or whatever, you need to have a dance or fucking a hook or whatever. Like, can we not just make music and that's the thing that picks up? That's
What we do, that's what brought it together.
So, talking about that, then, who are like your inspirations in the music scene? Like, for what you feel easier?
So initially growing up, I was always really influenced by my dad's taste in music. So he loved like Eric Clapton, Dire Straits, and of course, growing up in the 90s, the likes of Oasis, Shed 7, Ocean Colour Scene, James. I love drum and bass. I love happy hardcore. I love. I love anything with a bit of a groove. I like Northern Soul. So all those sorts of sounds. Growing up with such an eclectic taste in music, all of those things have sort of shaped my taste and I guess my style of writing and what I'm into.
And then, here's yourself.
I'm Sinead O'Connor, don't you?
My favourite. No, I'm kind of more into like progressive rock music, to be honest. Like Dream Theater's my ultimate band. Bands like Opeth and I don't know who else, but like I find guitar wise, I'm kind of torn to back to what I listened to as a teen. Like things like Block Party, and I feel every riff I come up with is just Kings of Leon. I don't mean it. I then Google it to see is this a Kings of Leon riff because I'm like I don't want to copy them. I don't think it's a song.
Well,
but
stop
well,
doing it.
that's the thing. You just don't know it. It's just there. And it's like it's just everything we come up with, me and Andrew ourselves, is just kind of mid-noughties indie music.
Yeah.
And to me, it's like I don't care if people like it because I like it, and that's what we grew up on. And so I mean, your parents always said music was always good back in their day, and it's rubbish now. But I feel we're that way now, mid-30s, apart from Marty, Grandpa. It's like music's good in the noughties, so bring that back.
Yeah.
yourself.
I'm very much a kind of mid noughties kind of indie rock sort of stuff. So again, your Block Parties, your
Again, you went on a drummer 2 years ago.
no, it's not necessarily influenced my drumming because you have to have a certain ability before you can drum like that. But like style of music, taste in music's very much that. But it goes from your bog standard indie stuff to pop punk to metal to I've got a really very broad sort of taste in music, and I think as a band, as a 5-piece, each of us have a completely different like collection of records that we would say is our influences, and I think that actually helps with the
Absolutely.
band because the stuff that Marty grew up listening to and would put on a daily basis isn't the stuff that I'd put on. It's certainly not the stuff that Dream Theater you put on. But I think because the styles are so varied, I think that kind of helps with the songwriting stuff. But yeah, Fight Star forever, Biffy Clyro forever.
Fight Star, I agree with that.
What do you think, mate?
I mean, again, with the boys here, like, very much noughties indie driven, but like in my later years, more into like sort of post rock stuff, and I'm gonna sound like a fucking pontic
Not at all.
but like moving into like Mogwai, Twilight Sad, that kind of stuff. I like to try and bring that really loud reverby noise into our music, and I feel like we've got that a wee bit in a couple of tunes, so I'm quite happy with the way we've moved those songs into. But yeah, definitely there's a couple of songs where the reverb is up to 11, and I'm happy with that.
So the
But
upcoming
that's-
single.
Yeah, the fall is next
very
single.
much.
So the fall is coming out next single. Don't know when it is, but that's next one. To me, that's kind of that vibe most. It's very, very, very reverby. So the guy who was mixing it for us was saying to us, "What tracks do you want on this?" And we're like, "Oh, just all of them. Add them all on." He's like, "Well, you've got acoustic guitar, you've got Stuart, you've got a reverb guitar. Andrew's got a reverb guitar. You've got a piano. You've got Andrew's overdrive. It's like there's just so many layers to it. To me, that's what makes it good. Like it sounds good live, but the track recorded is so much better. So listen out for that one.
There we go.
Plug in, you know.
Exactly, that's what it's about. Just wanted to come back to you, mate. Do you think you're a father figure in the group then?
Aye. I'm not even a father figure to be. I don't know. What's been really nice about this whole experience is that these lads all knew each other in school and all played together in bands during the time at school and afterwards, and hadn't played together since they were at school. And then from me and Andrew kind of getting together, they've all came together again, and they're all playing together again. So that there is that sort of. I feel pleased that I've managed to, not that I've managed to, but that we've managed to kind of bring all these friends together again.
Aye.
We're doing something really fucking good, do you know what I mean? We're doing something really nice and hopefully something that everyone can be proud of. So in that sense, don't know about a father figure, but I feel like I've brought the lads together again. And
Maybe like the weird uncle.
very weird uncle.
Well, is that no? But it's about at the end of the day, not. I mean, just kind of like five mates coming together and make music.
Well, of course it is, but the thing, like Andrew's family, for me, essentially, I didn't know these lads from Adam prior to joining the, forming the band. So with a lot of bands, you've got pals who've been together for years, who've kicked about, who've went to school together, they've all known each other, and they've should we do this, and they've kind of joined forces to make a band. We've literally needed recruits. We've needed people to come in and do specific jobs. And I was like, oh well, I know Stuart, I know Davey, and then Stuart got Stephen in. So it's been like a work in progress. But I've not, other than Andrew, like I say, whose family I've not known any of these lads. So essentially, without sounding corny, the music's brought all together, and here we are.
And do you notice any differences from like the Glasgow music scene to like back down in Newcastle? I know that saying Newcastle and back down in this one sentence is a bit weird.
No, but I've been asked this a couple of times, and up until recently, like as I've said before, I'm 43, and I only really got into playing in a band again from my time when I was in the band at school. I got into playing in a band in my mid-30s. Newcastle's never really been a huge live music place. It's been all about the rave. It's always been about the rave. In the northeast, you've had some like huge rave clubs, the New Monkey, the Coliseum, the After Dark. It's been about people going out to the weekend and getting off the fucking tits. Like it's never really been about a live music, and I think that's reflected in the amount of big bands that have came from the northeast. Up until quite recently, but now there's these little suburbs in and around Newcastle in North Tyneside. So you've got the Baker, where you've got the Eusburn, there's the Clooney, there's the Tyne Bar, and there's probably others that I can't think of now where there's a real hustle and bustle about live music. Also down in North Shields, where Sam Fender's from, where we'll be going down soon to play a couple of gigs. There's independent music venues there that are really, pushing live music and pushing independent music and festivals. So things are getting better, but up until years ago, I'm not saying it didn't exist, but it's never really been a big thing. Clubbing and getting pissed's been a thing in Newcastle as opposed to live music. I'm not saying that it didn't exist, but as far as I'm aware, it's never been that thing. And unfortunately, I'm not too really familiar with the live music scene up here, other than us going out and playing gigs. I don't really know too much about it.
Fair enough. But do you think that's kind of because of like, you know, the both sides quite similar in terms of like a working class nature, in terms of just looking for that release.
Yeah,
Obviously, kind of in Glasgow, it's kind of you see it a bit more with guitar music, but also through like the raving scene as well.
Yeah, no, but the rave scene's massive up. Yeah, a lot of the things when I, like, say for example, when I've been at the gym or I've been places and people hear my accent, they'll go, "Oh, the Judgment Day or the Resurrection." You know, it's that sort of, the two cities are quite linked by rave in particular, and the DJs that moulded the dance scene in the northeast and northwest and further. So a very similar type of people, I feel. You know, Geordies in Glaswegians. You know, the weather's shite and we like to get pissed. Oh, yeah.
Bringing it back to what you were saying earlier on, mate. Obviously, you were saying about the music being shit and talk about the chart music. Would you make kind of like guitar music right now? Do you think it's gone in a good place? Do you think if it's a wee bit stuck?
It's better than what it's been over the last decade. Like, it has been a struggle for guitar music over the last 10 years. There's maybe more coming back into it just now, but you look at, I think festivals show it in a nutshell, because festivals used to be lineups full of guitar bands. Tina Park, like Glastonbury, used to be just great bands playing. Now it's all more pop artists, and that's just, it's not my taste.
Aye.
I get it's somebody's taste, like Taylor Swift. Somebody loves Taylor Swift. I don't. My wife was always seen Harry Styles last night in London. Good for her. Like, it's good experience, but it's not my cup of tea. Some songs are, granted, but
His favourites, hasn't
I
he?
do have my favourites. Yes. Watermelon Sugar.
That is a key, to be fair.
Shout out to Harry. But no, I just feel that there's still a long way to go to get back to what I'd say is glory years of music.
Definitely.
But hopefully we get there. Hopefully we're the start of it.
I think with like Oasis reforming, that's probably give a lot of people a kick up the arse. Like, I don't think that should be ever underestimated. Just how, and I know I'm biased, but I think that should never be underestimated. How big a thing that will be in encouraging people to pick up youngsters whose parents were into music again when they. You know, when they see what stuff the folks were into, for young'uns to start playing music again, I think that will echo throughout the generations and encourage people to start playing again.
I feel that the big bands just now are still the big bands from 20 years ago.
Oh, but of course.
So Oasis,
Nobody's been-
Killers played the World Cup. Kings of Leon, like I say,
You've
got Kasabian.
They're all doing 15, 20-year anniversary of their big albums.
Like Foo Fighters just went on a big like stadium tour again. It's not like there's no that kind of, apart from maybe like Fontaines and Sam Fender, and it's not technically a band, but like still there's no really that kind of standout.
there's
Who
no-
is the biggest band in the world right now?
Oasis are still the biggest band, but it's clearly, and that's it's true, because who else has came along to replace them? No one. Oh. I think that was a mic drop moment there.
We tried.
Aye. Well, we're trying.
10 folk years here, so
Well, obviously you're just mentioning there, like, how do you, obviously, you will be sitting in the rehearsal room going, this is fucking mega, and it is, but then taking it to, you know, kind of 20, 30 people listening, do you change in any sort of way? Do you go, hold on a minute, is this how you, do you need to sacrifice your ego a wee bit when it comes to playing?
I think like initially maybe when we were all maybe a tad inexperienced again, because in my old band I wasn't a front man, I was a bass player. So when we formed this, it was a whole new experience for me to be centre of attention. Although you probably would find it difficult to think that I'd find that hard, but it was new for me. And these lads hadn't really played in front of not big audiences, but audiences. But now, like what, 12, whatever many gigs, but we just go up there and we smash it, we relish it. So initially we're maybe a little bit kind of cautious and thinking, you know, and being concerned about things and worrying about things. Now we just go up and get on with it and enjoy it. Because you're at work all day, do you know what I mean? You're at work, or you know, you've got the kids, or you've got this, or you've got that. That half an hour up there's a chance to go and do something absolutely spectacular. So go and grab it by the balls.
Quality. And then just lastly, then kind of going into the future, what are yous, any kind of long-term, short-term goals? What's happening?
World domination.
Everworth.
Aye, Everworth. Yeah.
Well, just play as many gigs as we
Just for
fucking
people
can,
to turn
yeah.
up, to turn up and just keep enjoying
People
the
to turn
music.
up, people to keep listening, and that's it. To be honest, we've got 4 songs recorded now, so we've got another one coming out in a month or so, and then another 2 in the next few months after that, and we'll just see where it takes us. To be honest, after that, yeah, right.
Genuinely, it's nice when you get that one person after any gig says to you, that song's really good, really enjoyed that song, or your set was brilliant. It's nice feeling, like, because we don't do it, but we do it for ourselves more than anyone else. So if anyone else appreciates it, then that means a lot to us, and it's a nice feeling to have. So bring on that.
Yeah, no, I think I completely agree. I think the plan for the next couple of months is to get some more tracks recorded as well. Because there's a few that are there or thereabouts that we need to get laid down as well. So hopefully there's a nice steady stream of tracks that we can release over the next year or so.
Absolutely.
Right, this has been absolutely quality. I've really enjoyed this. Thanks very much. It's been an absolute pleasure. Cheers.
Thank you very much for having us.
Thank you.